Good morning. Today is December 14th, 2022. The time is 6:58 a.m. and I'm making this video as a warning. Um, I saw another video where they were saying that uh, Elon Musk creating some type of implants to put in the brain so that they can, like a person can't walk, they can uh, make a person walk. If a person can't see, they can make them see and all this type of stuff. They lying. There's nothing but a pure lie. I have been implanted, not because I wanted to, because I was lied to. Uh, I've been under attack that I know of, maybe longer than that. So since the 80s, I started having a problem with my heart, where my heart would beat so fast and so hard that it would actually make my body jerk. It will wake me up out of my sleep at nighttime. So I'm thinking I'm having heart problems. I started going to the doctors, and I was having this problem with my stomach. So I started going to the doctors. First started going in the doctors in Dillon, South Carolina. And the first doctor I saw, I can't even remember his name, but he told me I had a heart murmur. But then I saw the other doctor, Dr. Brown, who was, I believe, the devil sprung. Um, he was supposed to go inside me with the light down in my throat. Well, he was supposed to wait until I went to sleep to do that. Well, he didn't. He did it while I was still awake. And um, even the nurse asked me, "Did he hurt you?" I said, "Yeah." He didn't even wait till I went to sleep. The man is crazy. I didn't even know he hated black people. And then he checked. Oh, there was another time when he did my heart, put me on that stress thing, and you can see that the thing was saying I had something going on with my heart, because it would be like one way, then it would go up some kind of way. So he took the paper and balled it up and put it in a drawer and said something about me working in the tobacco field. I ain't never, I ain't gonna lie. I worked in the tobacco field one time, and that's all it took for me once. Um, but through the years, I was having surgeries because there was a Dr. Murray. Um, I can't remember what that was. We just scraped the wound and stuff like that. You cleanse the wound. He did that too. Talking about I had some type of growth. He said, and he said it was in my rectum. But I don't believe none of them doctors see it now. Now that I know how evil they are, these people are in some dark uh, practices, doctrines of devils. This is what they're doing, and they got everybody else doing it too. Cause people want to open up the third eye, doctrines of devils. This is a other secret society. So why it's not a secret no more? Because these people want you in hell. And they want you to help them. Because they're going to need everybody to help do what they want to do. To entrap you. Because that's what they're doing. But anyway, this technology that they're using is to totally control you. 100%, not 99.9. They want to totally control you and torture you with this technology, because this is what they're doing to us now. Those who they're lying to you, telling you that we are terrorists, that we are witches, and that we are pedophiles, and that we are this and we are that, and we this and that, and they're just telling lies. Nothing but pure natural born lies, so that you, neighborhoods, will attack one family and utterly destroy this family. Have this family where they can't go to the grocery store, where they can't get out and walk, can't go out their front door or their back door without being attacked. This is what y'all are doing because you listen to liars who are the cops, who is the government agency, the ABC, EFG, and anything else. They're liars because these people are not human anymore. They're demonic, pure natural born demonic. That's why they can kill black men right on camera in the daytime. They can kill anybody because that's what they are, killers. They're not the law anymore. They're murderers and don't have no conscience about how they do it. They have this energy coming up from under the floor. And every night while I'm asleep, this has been going on for the last, I know, at least 5 years. But this stuff is actually just got me completely submerged. And they just torturing me. And they have my sister where she just there. Only thing she is just a body. I think they're erasing her brain. Because I feel like that's what they're doing to me. They're dehydrating me from the inside out. My throat right now is just so dry. It don't make no kind of sense. My hair. When I went to bed, my hair was very moist to the point where it felt kind of wet. Now it feels like straw. Because this is what they've done all night long. Torture me all night long. They have this energy that goes in, they have it where it goes into your private area and gone up in your body, all the way up to your brain, all the way down to your knees. They have a circuit in your body that just shakes. Like that energy that you see back there, this is on the inside. They're telling lies. They want people to get the implant, voluntarily get the implant, but they're going to torture you. If you even think anything opposite of what they want you to think, you will be tortured. They're going to make slaves out of the ones who still alive. I'm burning on the inside. They just burning me, and burning me. They put all this weight on. They started making my face puff up. They put all this weight on me. I've never been this size in all my life. They creating videos to make it look like we doing some foul stuff. But that's not us. That's them doing it. That's something that they created. To make you think that we just nothing. The lowest of low. This is what they doing. People saying that they got them talking about they masturbating. How in the heck did they get somebody masturbating in the privacy of their home? Because there's something that they created. They taking our face, putting it on something. Because people, y'all better wake up, because this is not going to be just us. You one that's helping them. They're going to get you too. They're probably already working on you because you so stupid that you giving them your information. You giving them your information. We give them nothing. Some greedy devil. And I don't even think calling them a devil is good enough. They worse than a devil. They worse than a devil. That they so greedy for the things of this world that they'll take your name and lie and put it on some kind of blackball list to blackball your whole entire life. Just so that they can have. But I hope they die first before they get it. Now that's what I hope. And I know I read the scripture. I know that I probably and when I'm reading it, it do help me. But when they do this to me, till I can just wipe it away, because I've been tortured all night long. For the last few nights, they've been torturing me. Feel like pure hatred is going in my body. And then there's nowhere I can go in this whole entire house. If I go in my bedroom, they takes it in there. If I go in the laundry room, they takes it in there. If I go in the kitchen and try to sleep in the kitchen, they takes it in there. They take it everywhere I go. I wake up in pain, pure natural born pain. This is what they doing with this technology. They are nothing but low-life liars. Liars with forked tongues. These people are liars. They're not putting nothing in us. They're not creating nothing in us. That what Musk, whatever that man name is, he's a liar. They're not doing this for the benefit of the human being. These people, I don't even believe they human anymore. I don't even think they ever was human. Because I'm telling y'all, keep telling y'all, see flying saucers. And I believe these things are shapeshifters where they can make themselves look like us. The real ones is probably dead. And I know y'all think I'm talking crazy talk. Keep thinking I'm talking crazy talk. When you find yourself in hell or heaven because something took you and took your place on this earth. Because this is what's going on. They doing something to my sister to the point where her bedroom was in front of my bedroom. And when I'm going to my bedroom, I just happen to see blue. Her whole entire room was blue. What were they doing to her? For her room to be blue, and then once I look like that, the thing, it just lift up. Because they flying saucers over our home. They don't have no sound. I've seen them. I actually see one come down from the sky. All you could see was bright light. And then once it got down just above the houses, it cut the lights off. Huge, not no little drone. This thing was huge like a car. Round, silver, flying saucer. Then I seen another one. It was already down when I saw it. And it was over this house. And it was whatever it was doing, it had the whole inside of the houses blue. Because they didn't have their curtains all the way. You could see through the whole entire house was blue. Outside the house, even the highway was blue. That same blue. So a real pretty blue that like it's illuminated. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. They things up there in that sky every night, covering the front, the top, and the back where they can see this house here. I don't know if it's just up there, but I can see them. These things are up there doing stuff to us down here. I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on. They changing us. What they want to do is transhumanize us. And once they transhumanize you, you will never, I don't care how many times you went to church, how close you are to God right now, you will not be no more. So keep sitting back thinking this woman here is crazy, because I'm trying to tell y'all what they doing. They doing the devil's work. They doing the devil's work. And the devil want us worshiping him. That's what he wanted all the time. That's why he got his behind kicked out of heaven. Trying to take over heaven. So that's what he's trying to do now by taking over earth. When Jesus come back as a warrior, doing the Armageddon, these are the creatures he's going to be warring with. And when the Bible says if you don't come back early, there may not be none of us. Because there may not be none of us. It'll be all of them. At night time, I feel like I am in like a furnace fire. That's how this hot. They have this energy blowing up from the underground. People keep saying it's coming from the sky. No, this is coming from under the ground because I feel my butt cheek shaking. I feel it coming up from under this ground because they got it connected to the electrical system that's under the ground. And they fixed it like this before we ever moved into this house. So whoever the owner of this house, he know what's going on and he getting paid for them to kill us. My house, the same thing. They did that this year right here because I've had that apartment for 7 years. I didn't feel that energy coming up from under the ground until this year that the military man that was staying beside me asked my grandson to ask me what was my landlord phone number. And I didn't know that he had already asked my daughter for the phone number. So I gave it to him not knowing what's going on. They think I know when I go back home, I'm feeling this energy come up. I'm sitting in a chair and my butt cheek shaking. This in the daytime, and I won't sleep. They drying up. They doing attacking my organs. At the bottom of my stomach is really sore. Really, really sore right now. I feel sick to the stomach. My throat is just burning because this energy. This is hot energy that they sending in me, and they've been doing this to me now for 5 years. 5 whole years they've been doing this to me. I've been attacked on Fort Bragg. I've been attacked by Fort Bragg, like military soldiers, where they shooting me with something that goes through the walls. I was attacked when I went to the hotel in Washington, D.C. And the room wasn't in my name, but they knew where I was sleeping at. And I could actually hear them setting it up on the outside because the room that I had was the last room. And evidently they had some stairways out there because I tried to find it. But I was scared I locked myself out because I didn't have the key. And so when I peeked out the door, trying to see, what was going on, a man and a white woman was coming down the hallway. And their room was across from ours. And the woman said, "Eat that woman." And he said something, I didn't know what he said. But I heard what she said, "Eat that woman." Now, I don't know who you are. How you know about me? Because you got the sheriff department doing this. They have, not just the sheriff department, you got the sheriff department, the city cops, and military going to community watch meetings, telling these people, showing my face. They got my face. Not just my face, but they got women. I saw this one guy. I went to get help with my light bill. He came and sat. He's so arrogant that he came and sat right in front of me. He had 2 phones. One phone had pictures of black women. I didn't see nothing but black women. And he was black as smut because they wouldn't made me look at him so because he was so black. I had never seen nobody that black before. And that's who I was always attracted to, black men. Black men. And he was like super black. I had never seen nobody that black before. I was just looking at him. Because I was trying to figure out, is he from America or is he African, But he had 2 phones. And one phone, he had pictures of black women. That's all the pictures I saw were black women. And I was trying to see, did he have my picture on there? But I didn't see my picture. The other phone, he had a schematic of a head. So that must be how they can attack us, attack our head. They can attack our private area. There's nothing but one spot on your private area. And just keep attacking that one spot. They can attack your toe, your elbow, your eye. Wherever part of where they want to attack you, they can attack it. And that's pure natural born torture you in that one spot. They can make your feet burn like you on fire, like somebody got a voodoo doll and burning your feet. This is what they do to me a lot, burn my feet and keep my feet so tender that I can't hardly wear shoes. And I got some beautiful shoes that I can't even wear because they keep my feet swole and keep my feet tender. I'm telling y'all what these people are doing. They may even erase our brain. So why they're attacking my brain so much? My sister, she she just laying there. The only way she can turn is if I turn her. And then she started hollering and screaming as though she's in so much pain. I don't know if she's in pain or not. All I know is she hollers and screams. I don't know why she hollers and screams like that. But she can't even turn herself. She can do nothing but lay there. Whatever position I put her in, that's the position she's going to lay until I move her again. This is what they done to her. They done this to her with this technology. I'm telling y'all the God honest truth. And this is not just no natural sickness, because that's what they're going to try to say. This is what they do. They do things that look natural, but it's not natural. They cause people to have heart attacks. I know they could do it because they was attacking my heart to the point where I fell over. From inside his house, that brown man had some kind of heat that was on my neck. I could feel the heat on my neck, but I started feeling weird in my heart. And I got to tell my daughter this. So I jumped up, and because I was sitting near a window. This stuff go through the walls, go through the windows. This stuff goes through the floor, through the ceiling, wherever they pointing the lights on the cars. And it's not just the lights on the cars. They have handheld lights, look like flashlights, but they're not flashlights. They have stuff in their yards that they just have sitting out there. And so whenever they light up, it's releasing direct energy. I also told Smart Dust, I don't know, I do know this is some type of energy because I walked into it and it went inside my body. When I went to not this house, the house we moved from, that was the second house. When I walked to the door to make sure the door was unlocked, there was something there because the people sit all day long, all night long with their car, with these lights on. Sometimes they have the motor running, and this stuff is like a cloud. You can only see it. We can only see it at certain times of the evening through the security camera. And it's like a cloud would be on our porch. But it's not just on the porch. It's coming in through the walls, and it would be sitting right there at the door. So when I walked up to the door to check the door to make sure it was locked, I was still breathing it in. And I breathed it in, and as soon as I breathed it in, it felt like my chest began to close up. And I went and told my daughter, and she went to the store and got me. See, it don't affect her because they don't have it for it to affect her. It only affects the people who being targeted. And so she went and got me some stuff, and I already had some vitamin E powder, and I had some different vitamin C stuff. And she went and got me some I think it was like Alka-Seltzer Plus or something. She went to the store and got me. And so I mixed all that stuff together and drunk it. And I drunk it. And see, the vitamin C powder that I use, it causes you to go to the bathroom when you overdo it. And I always overdo. I just put a bunch of it in my hand and put it in the water. And then I put the other vitamin C. Then I put the Alka-Seltzer Plus because this stuff tastes terrible. So the Alka-Seltzer Plus helped give it a good taste. And I drank it. And it flushed me. Flushed all that junk out of my body. But it scared me because I could actually feel my chest closing up. But it won't that my chest was closing up. It's that stuff was filling up my chest. And this, look, I keep showing my stomach. This is my stomach. Anybody that know me know I never had a big stomach. I may have just a little plump. But this look like pregnant stomach right here. This is poked out like a pregnant woman's stomach. And it's not coming from me eating, because I'm not no big eater. I never have been a big eater. Tell you the truth, I couldn't eat a whole lot of food at one time because I throw it back up. This is the way my stomach always been. I couldn't eat breakfast. Not when I would first wake up, because I throw it back up. I always had a bad stomach. And that might be coming from them too. I don't know. They so much about my life that I don't even know, were they controlling my life or what? Because I always felt, even when I was a young woman, I felt something evil was after me, was trying to keep me from being happy and doing well in life. And now I'm seeing that it was. How long did people been after me? I don't know. Trying to ruin my life. Because this is what they're doing. They're ruining us. People losing their jobs. People losing their homes. And I'm not talking about because the devil government closed it down. I'm talking about because you got some agencies watching and monitoring. If you go fill out for a job, you'll never hear from it. You go try to get this or try to get that, you won't get it. Right now, I'm trying to get I done tried 2 times to get this black cake mixer because I'm trying to change the colors of my appliances. I like for stuff to match. And then they're saying that they got it in stock, but then they write me an email to tell me they're out twice. I want a certain cake mixer. And the reason why I want that kind of cake mixer because you can add gadgets to it. And see, that's what I want. I want something that I can add gadgets to it so I can start making my own stuff. Which that when I got, it's just what I want, but it's a little, I want one a little different than that one. But they won't let me get it. So I may have to just take me some paint and paint that one black. Because I want my stuff to match. But I was going to use that to use that one because I do have 2 cake mixers. One cake mixer I use for my body butters because I make my own body butters. And the other one, I was going to use that one for my bath bombs. And see, I don't want to put my bath bombs in the same mixer with my body butters because I don't want this mixing. And so I'm going to get the black cake mixer for my cakes that when I bake cakes and stuff like that, my food, because I don't want to use those cake mixers as the same with my food that we eat. But I may have to do different, I already got one. All I got to do is buy the gadgets. So I'm going to see what happens. I'm just going to see. Because here lately, when I've been getting stuff, you can tell that it's not just something that's been mashed up or nothing. It's being cut. Someone is cutting open my packages, the outside package and the inside package. And I had brought, this lady told me to get this thing that's supposed to help with your head. It's like a hoodie. Well, when I got my hoodie, the outside package was cut and the inside package was cut. So I don't even know if that's the hoodie that I brought or if it's something someone opened up and put something else in and took the hoodie that I brought so that it won't protect my head, because this is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to protect you from electromagnetic frequency. But now I can't even find it. So I don't know if the dogs done took it and put it somewhere, or if the men that came in here last Thursday and one of them took it. I don't know. Because I wasn't here. I was at my house last Thursday where I was tortured. The whole time I'm home, I was burning. They were burning my feet. And then they started attacking my heart. And then they started attacking my brain. And the people that stay beside me, there's a 2-story house. Only military stay there. And that's who did my house like that. They actually got something up in the ceiling, I do believe. And I think they do the same thing here. Because they will have those guys They was okay when I first moved in that apartment. This young couple moved, but they was some military uh, people staying in the 2-story house, and he would always tell me that that man would always be asking about me, and I could why is he asking about me, you know? And he would be up, him and his friends would always be up in my ceiling, crawling around in the ceiling. And so they evidently they had them putting something up in the ceiling to listen, on my conversation. But I would be home by myself. Anytime I would go home, I would be there by myself. I think I had company there one time or two times, but we won't do nothing, you know, cause I had a friend of mine. He slept in my bed. I slept on the couch. I always sleep on the couch. I don't sleep in my bed. So and there ain't nothing they gonna see. Ain't nothing they gonna hear. Nothing whatsoever. Cause when I'm at home, I don't never sleep in my bed. I always sleep on the couch. And I've had that house for 7 years, and it's where I would sleep on the couch because I don't feel comfortable sleeping in my bedroom when my bedroom is beside someone else's bedroom, because they stand at the room. They have their bed right on the wall, so I have my bed on the wall on the whole opposite side. But I don't even sleep in there. I sleep on the couch. So they up there up in the closet. I mean, in the ceiling, crawling around looking like black fools, cause they were all black, and that's what they look like, a black fool. You up in somebody's ceiling crawling around. I'm an old woman by myself, trying to relax, cause dealing with my sister, sometimes I just need to be to myself. And then I couldn't, cause I got ignorant jokers up in my ceiling, crawling around. And then the police had the nerve, some dumb idiot female police, talking about it's not against the law for them to be up there. And since when? Since when is it not against the law for somebody to be up in your ceiling? Crawling around the whole entire house. And it's not against the law, because she told me it's a public. Well, how did it become public? The ceiling of your house become a public place. Who the heck hangs out in a ceiling? Idiots, pure idiots. So I know don't even worry about calling the cops. If you having a problem with these gang stop, go ahead and kill them, because they need to leave us alone. We not bothering them. We not terrorists. They're up in our ceiling for what? Why are they up in our ceilings? And I mean, every single house that we moved in, we women got men crawling around in our ceiling, and they're not no squirrels. They're not no possum, so they don't wear shoes. I could hear the shoes hitting the dang on ceiling floor. So I know there's not no animal up there. There's an animal, but he's a human animal. Because I'm getting tired of people trying to make me look crazy. When you got the fools that's bothering us, those are the ones that's crazy. Them the ones that they need to be worried about. Because anybody that'll follow these kind of orders, because that's what they doing, following orders. The second house we moved in, I came outside one night, and I was just standing on the porch, and there was a house here, and a house here. Women stayed in this house. Men and women would be in this house. Only military would be in this house. So when I came outside, he was out. The guy, white dude, already outside, and he was talking on the phone, and I could hear him say, "I'll be glad when this is all over with." And he said, "Yeah, but I feel like a criminal." And then he said, "Yeah, but I feel like a criminal." He didn't even want. He being mad to do it. He being mad to do that. One day I took the trash early in the morning. I took the trash out, And I felt something hit me in my stomach. And I looked around, and it one of the military men. He had something like a backpack, but he had been evidently sitting out there all night. Or either way, he saw I'm getting ready to take out the trash, and because they were monitoring, I think they could see everything we do. And he was in a truck. I think the truck was white. He got out the truck and went on back in the house. But he had the bike, something like a backpack on his bike. But I know had been hit. Because it felt like they were opening up my stomach. Every time they would hit me in my stomach, it just feel like they're opening up my stomach. And so now they got something going in me that makes me just start burping. I mean, deep, hard. I never burped like that before in my life. Just loud and hard burp. And you could feel stuff bubbling up in my stomach. I don't know what these people doing to me. I really don't. I could see they changing me. They changing my body, the way my body, they changing my face. I had a friend, they did him like that too. He dead now. I heard he died. But they were doing, he was one of my friends that was coming, coming to see me. He was a good friend of mine. That's all he was, just a good friend. He never, not one time ever tried to get fresh with me or anything. But we spent a lot of time together. And his cousin had said something about me and him. And I told him, we just friends. All men are not dogs. Not just dirty and just look at women or rape a woman. All men don't rape women. And then he talking about what's wrong with him. Is he gay? I said, I don't know if he is or not. He don't have. I trusted him because he wasn't one of the most horny dogs that'll rape you, hold you down, and take your body. I trusted being around him. And no, he won't gay. Not that I knew of. No way. He just was a gentleman. You got there some still 1%. I do believe that's a gentleman. They don't just look at a woman and get horny and feel you got to take it because she don't give it to you. And I think I was talking about something I didn't finish because I jumped on something else. I can't remember what it was though, what I was talking about. Because there's so much going on. Just so much going on. Right now I'm feeling sick to the stomach. I really feel sick. But whatever this mess they got in me, I got some apps, a big old bag of Epsom salt. And it's coming out. And it's just a shame that you have to deal with this type of craziness. That these people want to put this energy in your body so that they can and they're already seeing everything. There ain't no more for them to see. I don't do nothing. I don't go nowhere. I'm here. I would sure like to wash my butt without them being involved in that. I like to have a bowel movement without them being involved in that. And they'll have a commode where it won't even flush. I be done had a bowel movement and can't flush the dang on commode. I have to take water and pour it down there, and then I could just do like that and it'll just flush. Cause they're controlling that too. These are I don't even know what to call them. They want to 100% plus control everything about who we are as human beings. I'm trying to tell y'all keep sitting back here letting these devils all the way up to the top to the White House. This is what they doing. all the way to the top at the White House, and they might be being controlled. I don't even know if they're human. I really don't think they are. Shapeshifters is what I believe is going on in the White House. Shapeshifting. And I believe it's been going on probably before I was even born. I'm 64 years old. I believe this was going on before I was born. Because they're trying to capture these things that's coming from other places. And evidently these things wanted them to capture them. Because they already had a plan to capture them. They thinking they capturing something. And these scientists thinking they're going to probe. They messed around and got probe. And now they're dead. Somewhere buried or eaten. And these things taking their place. Now that's what I think going on. I really do. Because I've seen too many people eyes changing on that TV. They get them slits. Sometimes they can't control the eyes. And the cameraman is trying to let us know without losing his job. Cause they put that camera right on them slits. I said, don't they see them eyes changing? I be wondering, whoever that is that's talking to them, don't they see their pupils is changing? They're not round circles no more. Now they look like lines. Now, I've seen it. I can call at least 2 or 3 names. I think it's a whole lot of them. One of the newscasters that whenever I do look at news, because I don't just look at news. Sometimes I just be doing other things and the news be on. But I see this young girl, I see her eyes change. And she was trying to act like she didn't know that her eye was changing. She tried to keep control. But sometimes her eyes will tell the truth. They'll tell the truth. And that's what I be wondering about me sometimes. Cause shoot, they be messing with my eyes. I used to wake up in the mornings. That's when we was in the first house after we moved up this way. And no, that before we ever left Lumberton. That before we left Lumberton. Because I started going to that's when I started going to Dr. Allen. Because my stomach would be just shaking at nighttime. I couldn't even hardly go to sleep. Somebody was hitting me then with this direct energy weapons. And that may have been coming up from the sky. Because that's when I first started seeing them before we ever moved. A sky full of them. The sky was full of them like stars. And they were not stars. This happened 7 years ago. January. And somebody came and told me to come outside and look. Can't remember who called me outside. And I went outside and I just saw look like stars. There was a great big airplane just going around in a circle. That's what I was looking at, the airplane. Then after a while you will see one of them things that you thought was a star. It'll get real bright, and then it will just shut down when you don't see nothing. It'll just get real bright, and then it will just shut down. That thing, it'll took off. I said, it was freezing cold out there that night, and I didn't have no coat on. But I was watching. I was just watching. Then I was on the phone with somebody, and I said, "You see that? We on different sides of town. They on the south side. I'm on the east side." But we were looking at the exact same thing. See the same thing. And I said, "Did you see that?" And they said, "Yeah." I said, "Them ain't no helicopters up there." And them ain't no airplanes. I said, "Them is flying saucers." And the person started crying. I said, "You crying?" And told me, "Yeah, I'm scared." I said, "Honey, you better not be crying. You better start praying. Because we need Jesus." We need the Lord, because the sky full of them. The sky was full. Like how the sky used to be back in the old days. When there be a sky, that we thought it was started could have been them then. You know, we don't know. We just going by what they tell us. That's what we've been doing all this time. Going by what these lying fork-tongued devils been telling us. And we thinking of stars up in the sky, and you got the falling star and all that kind of mess. But meteorites and stuff like that. We thinking the sun is the sun and the moon is the moon. I don't know what they done did with the real sun and the real moon. Because I'm telling you, that's not the sun and that ain't the moon. Because I don't see the moon move. 1 minute it was here, then it had to move way over here. How did that happen? Because they got other stuff up there. How they doing it, I don't know. But it's not man. I'll tell you that. Man ain't that smart. We got other things from other places who come here to take over the earth. I believe everything in me. And I believe when Jesus come back, he coming back to fight something from somewhere else. I just believe that. Because of what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing stuff that this is like I'm on sci-fi. And I believe that's how they making these sci-fi movies too. Y'all just don't. You got people saying they been abducted. These people been abducted. They been abducted. And I'm wondering if they been abducted in my system. So what? Why they putting? He got her room a blue light in her room. I'm telling you, I seen it 3 times, and they may be still doing it. Cause her light, we sleep. They may be doing us like that. We don't know. All I know, when I wake up, I'm in a bind, in all kind of pain. Not my outside, my inside is doing it. My mouth just dry. It's like I ain't got no liquid inside of my body. And that what is in there is coming up because I got the hot mess up out of my throat. My brain burning. They doing something to my brain. I used to wonder what they're making copies of us. They're making other us. Synthetic that AI. Artificial intelligence. God know they don't need another me. God, because I hate what I done live. They don't need another me. There's something bad going on, y'all. Real bad. I mean, like, to the extreme. And all these people doing is making up lies. Trying to help mankind. That's a lie from the pit of hell. They're not trying to help mankind. They're trying to destroy us. Keep sitting back, not saying nothing, not getting involved with that we trying to tell y'all. We making these videos, putting our life on the line, which our life is already on the line, but it's making it even the more. Because the more and more and more and more people is coming after me. They got people riding by 24 hours a day on that main street out there. Anytime you see any of my videos, I got it where you can see the outside. You're gonna see cars riding by, no matter what time of day, no matter what time of night, because they got these devils riding to keep me from going anywhere. Because I went home, we were like at a standstill. That's how many cars that they have coming. And I mean, I was so sick that night. I was just sick. Because going home and coming back to here, we are surrounded by cars. And see, whoever I'm in the car with, they not getting it. Because they don't have them activated. When they activate you, you can feel every little tinge of a thing that they do to you. Because they want you to be tortured. They want you mentally into this thing, that you know what they're doing. They just don't want you to show what they're doing. They don't want you to be able to prove what they're doing. And they're doing it from the sky. They're doing it from the whole entire neighborhood. And they're doing it from the underground. They're making sure that they do you. And they doing you good. So you're going to wake up. When you go to sleep, they put you to sleep. You're going to wake up tortured. Because they got where now they just put me to sleep. They don't want you reading the Bible. Because they'll just sit and torture you. You have your feet burning. You can feel that mess going in your private area. But as soon as you start reading the Bible, start talking about Jesus, you knock, slam out. I be watching myself only because I don't really be knowing until I look at the video. I always go back and look at the videos. I could be talking. I mean, actually saying a word, and next thing I know, I'm knocked out. Because my granddaughter, they've been doing this to me for a long time. Because I remember me and my daughters and my granddaughter, we be talking. And I could actually hear. I be knocked out, but I could hear. And my I always hear her voice say, "Did Grandma go to sleep?" Cause they be done put me to sleep. I remember when I used to go to Reverend Love's. This been happening for a long time. And I kept telling them, but this don't be just sleep. This is something else. Cause I've been doing this since I was a teenager. I could be walking. I had walked out in front of cars. Cause I'd be walking and my mind just go blank. And I walk right out in front of the highway. I was in Washington, D.C. Was it Madison Avenue? Was it Madison Avenue we lived off of? We lived on Ridge Road. And I'm thinking it's Madison Avenue, one of the main highways in Washington, D.C. We lived in the Greenway Apartments. And I went over to the shopping center. There was a shopping center over there. And I was coming back home. And I remember walking up to Madison Avenue. And I went to a blank, and that's a real busy highway. And I walked right out into the traffic. And the car horn started blowing. And when I came to, people were like that. They were like that. Because they scared the crap out of it. I just walked right out in the highway. Because I went in a blank pace. When I got up to the street, or to the red light, I could see that it was green. But evidently it must have turned, before I got up to it, it had turned red. And the cars, that light turned green. And I just walked right out there. Walked right out. And this happened to me more than one time. And I got so afraid to go anywhere. So I started paying my brothers to go to the store for me. I won't go nowhere. And after I had my children, a grown, because at that time I was like, I was still a teenager, between 16 and 17. And after I had my children, I had moved back home to my home. No, because when I was up there, did I move back? Yeah, I had moved back home to the hometown. I didn't move to Lumberton after I went to. I don't know how in the world I do that. Let me see. Yeah, I moved back to my hometown because my sister was living in our family house. And after I had my oldest daughter at the age of 18. And so I just didn't want to stay in DC no more. And I moved back home. I had all my children. And I was walking. I remember walking. And the night before that, my daddy was sick. And we had to send him to the hospital. He was crying. I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital. And what that guy named? There was a guy that picked my daddy up and put my daddy on the stretcher because he won't go into the hospital. So the next day, I was walking, and I just walked right out in the street, and I walked in front of his car. The man that picked my daddy up, put him on stretchers, Joe, I think this was his name, Joe. And he said, "We're gonna be picking you up, putting you in this, sending you to the hospital. You don't watch how you walking." But he just didn't know I went in a blank place. I've done that quite a few times. I'll walk by people and people, you can't speak. I didn't see them because I be walking and going in blank places. So I don't know what that was. Then I got where I started after I'm grown, like maybe in my 50s, and I could be on my knees praying, and I wouldn't remember if I finished or not because I went in them blank places. So I believe all this time, these people been putting me in blank places. They've been doing this to me. Because it didn't feel like sleep. I could tell when I'm asleep, I wake up, I could feel that I've been asleep. But this one, I didn't get no feeling from this. I just went in a blank place with no feeling and no nothing. And so I went to the hospital for them to do that. Is it an EKG? I think that's what they call it. Where they doing your brain stuff. They never would tell me anything. The doctor would send me, but they never would tell me any type of reading. And then I didn't ask. So I don't know what was going on. I believe they all was involved in. They all been knowing what's been going on, what these people been doing to me. And they too scared to get into, they involved, but they too scared to tell me what's going on, what they doing to me, because they don't want it done to them. But there's nothing to stop them from doing it to them. I believe they doing it to all of us that's human. I do. The devil has really placed himself in places because he's been watching all these years ever since he got his behind kicked out of heaven and Adam and Eve was in the garden. So he started studying humans and what we do, where he needed to place himself. So he had a whole lot of time to get himself positioned. And he did. He got his seed positioned because he know that they still Jesus done came. He tried to stop that by having the angels have sex with human women and creating these giants. So now he's trying to create something else because he know that there's gonna be a war, Armageddon, and he gonna be cast into the pits of hell. He know there's a lake of fire, and he knows there's hell. He know he's gonna be defeated, so he's trying to keep from being defeated. He know the word. It's been here a long time. So every time somebody is reading it, he's getting it because he got these demons spying on you. You can't see them. He got entities that be in your home, and you don't even know they're there until your eyes are just glimpsing. They come as roaches. They come as rats. That's what I've seen. I've seen roaches. I've seen rats. I've seen a snake. I've seen something that I don't know what it was. I have no idea what it was. I just saw it come from the witch's house. So we used to live right in front of some witches. And it, whatever this was a black ball. You ever see them ball that you can just throw them and they bounce, go bouncing everywhere? They had them little big speck things all around them. But that's what this was. It was black, and it come from across the street. And when it got up to the step, it just disappeared. I watched it. I was outside doing something to my plants, and this thing just rolled right up to the bottom step and disappeared. They used to watch me, and they would be talking about me. Because then one day, I was sitting outside uh, polishing my fingernails. I don't do a whole lot of polishing. I don't even know why I polish my nails that day. 'Cause I don't do a whole lot of wearing polish, and I don't wear a lot of makeup. I put some eyeliner on and some lipstick. That's it for me. And but I was polishing my nails, and I would, like, if I do this nail, I polish it with this hand. So when I'm doing this hand, I'm using this hand. But they was talking about how I was using both my hands, and it was a guy over there. It was a guy, and I could hear their voices. It was a guy and a girl talking about me. And the dude drove a truck. I think he had a black truck, because he was saying something one time. They were calling me a snitch. Now, see, you know, this the most heinous thing about people that want to bully you. Like these people in prison. They want to bully you, but they don't want you saying nothing about it. They want to call you a snitch. Now, these people was totally 100% disrespecting me in our home, where they think they could take these cheap beds and put them up against the wall and have sex all night long with that dang on cheap bed headboard hitting the wall. And you got to listen to that. But they will be so, till you could actually feel the vibration. Now, who in the heck got to have sex that hard where you got to just be banging in a woman, where people in the next building, apartment, their whole entire apartment is shaking? What kind of womb do she have? What kind of vagina? She need to get some feelings in that thing or something. But you got to, your neighbor can't get no sleep. I remember that one night, 3 whole nights I didn't get no sleep. 3 whole entire nights I didn't get no sleep. And I remember coming from downtown. I actually went to the magistrate. I can't remember if I went for that reason or because they were trying to run over me with that truck. But anyway, I hadn't had sleep in 3 nights. And so when I got to the red light, I'm doing another one of those, but I didn't go. I was in a blank place. Because I'm just standing there, and the light was green. I was in another one of them blank places. But I hadn't had no sleep in 3 nights. And the car blew the horn, and I came back to, and I saw the light was green, and so I did like that and walked on across. I said, let me get home before I got hit by a car. They've been trying to get me hit by a car for a long time. Ever since my teenage years. I remember looking for my brother. I could see him, but my mama had sent me to go get him. And I could see him when he had crossed the main street. So I got ready to cross it, and I tripped over my pants. Fell right in the street. And there was this white lady driving this car. And she actually speeded up, tried to hit me. If I hadn't jumped up when I jumped, I don't know if it was a demon in her to make her want to run over me, or if she was just that mean and evil that she would try to run over me. Because I heard the car when it speeded up. And I jumped back up. And and she looked at me, and I looked at her. And I got up with my brother and told him what mama said for him to bring his butt back to the house. My mama was 45 years, and I've been now. I'm wondering, was she murdered? Was my grandma murdered by this technology? I'm just wondering because this stuff been around for a long time. Cause me and my mama went shopping. We was at the grocery store. She never did make it back home. My grandmama, she won't even sick. She just fell. I found her just laid out on the floor. They just, quick deaths. They didn't suffer a long time. And I just got a feeling they been killing people for a long time. They really been killing people for a long time. Now my daddy, he was having problems for quite a while. He had a brain tumor, but that's not what killed him. He died on the operation table, having surgery. And I just wonder, I mean, I just don't have faith in nobody or nothing no more. I really don't. And that surgery shouldn't have killed nobody. I know of 2 people that died from that same surgery. And they both black, my daddy and this other lady. Because they had locked bowels. And they was having surgery on their bowels and died. I didn't even know what type of surgery my daddy was having. Because I didn't even know he was having surgery. I just knew there was something wrong going on with his brain. Because he was calling me his daughter by his wife. He thought I was her. And then he forgot my mama had died. Lord, we were riding with him to Lumberton. Cause we from Roller. You talking about praying? My daddy would be on the sidewalk driving. See, I never had license. And my sister, she didn't have license. Neither one of us had license. And we in the car with him. And he driving on the sidewalk. You talking about praying? God, no. You know, we loved our daddy. We were in Lumberton. And he on the sidewalk driving. We just praying. At least I was praying for it. Poor daddy. That's my dad. I love my dad too. I still love my daddy. I was a daddy's girl. I was. I'm just talking now, y'all. So I don't talk the hours. So I need to shut up. Just shut up. But I just had to put that out there. These people is talking about how they trying to do good, bringing these technology. Don't let them fool you. I'm trying to tell you, these technology is not to help you. It's not to help you. It's going to completely destroy you, because this is what they're doing to us. They're being game stopped, and this what this the lie. These people is super liars. Like Superman flying everywhere. They super liars. Because they are utterly trying to destroy humanity. Utterly trying to destroy us. And they're using people or whatever. There's something that look like people. Neighborhoods. Whole entire neighborhoods. I'm surrounded by young black men. Old and young. They're all them back there young. I think one man, he owned that house there. I don't even know if he's black. He might be Indian. Just a light-skinned black man. I don't know what he is, but I know all the ones that at that house, them 3 houses right there. People over there in that apartment over there with the food truck. All the other people, black. They one white man right there. Then you got people coming They come off the trail because they got a trail of patrollers. They'll come off the trail and ride down, turn around and go back out, just so they can get them lights close. And I don't know how it works. All I know what I see. That's all I can say. Where they shine them lights on this house. Cause they made like they just turning around and then the bright lights. You see the bright lights bright shining over here. But they so stupid. They don't really. I mean, you grown now. You don't know how long your life's gonna be. But if you got children, your children will be here. Your grandchildren. This is the world that they making for their grandchildren, for these devils to have their children enslaved. They be raping the babies because this is what they want. They don't want to have sex with grown folks. They want to have sex with little babies and then eat them, drink their blood, kill them and drink their blood. This is what they leaving for the children. The idiots that's greedy for money, that's living only for today. Let me get off here because I'm starting to get pissed off. I don't need to get pissed off. Y'all be blessed. Please be blessed and be safe. In Jesus' name, amen.